Our consciousness. I'm Zarathustra. We're broadcasting from Mexico. It's a hot day. Um, Wherever you are, from whichever country you're residing, welcome. And hope all is well with you and your family. And the topic of the day is being grateful for the moments of life. Life is happening spontaneously. It's happening now. It's here. And we have a tendency to take it for granted and forget the beauty of the moment. So, and we fall into the routine of life. And and we forget, sorry, I just hit one of the something and the camera moved around. So anyway, it's important for us to really remind ourselves, especially when everything is going our way, that remembering, not acting out of fear, but knowing that at any moment anything can change and everything can turn upside down. And not taking the moments of life for granted. And life gives us opportunities continuously as well as challenges. So we're always being challenged by different aspects of life, whether it's health issue or relationship issue, financial issue, sexual issues, business issues, stuff like that, in relation to something else which is going to create a situation which I would say life and challenges you. And when normally everything is going our way and we get everything we want, we have a tendency to become complacent and then just kind of settling down or kind of start to complain about things and take life for granted and forget that it's what happens. Life is really a miracle. Every moment of your life, it's a miracle happening. It is a miracle that we are alive. It's a miracle that when I wake up in the morning, I get out of my bed and my back works so I can get up, my knees working, my arms and shoulders and wrists, everything works, and I'm able to function. That by itself is a miracle. Or when you go to the metro or you take a bus or you're driving a car and you're driving to a supermarket and you do your shopping and you come back home and you don't get in an accident and it's this transaction is being done very smoothly. It's a miracle. And if you start to remember this, start to change your vision, the way you're looking at things from this point of view, that the apparent life, what life appears to be, is always providing in one way or the other for us. It always provides. Somehow, always, food comes on the table. There's a roof above your head. There is transportation. There is enough to get by. So we have a tendency to forget about it and take it for granted. And what happens is the mind comes and starts complaining because we fall into the routine of life. And it's repeating itself. And what happens that every day becomes similar to the day before. So instead of having the attitude of understanding that every moment of life is brand new, every day is a new day and it's never happened before, even though if every day you wake up and do the same thing, let's say your routine is to wake up in the morning and go to the kitchen and make coffee or tea, and then you take your dog for a walk, or you drive to work, or you go to the gym, or whatever you do, you have a routine and you do it every single day, and you become complacent, and you think it's boring, or you're not appreciating it. But in the meantime, we don't realize that this transaction which is happening, it's brand new. It's for the first time it's happening. Even though it appears to be you've been doing it for 20 years every single day. It looks like that, but that's not it. It's brand new. Every single moment of your life, every second of our lives is brand new. It's happening for the first time. It's never happened before. Is this making any sense? Is it clicking for anyone? So the mind will play this game. Another day like yesterday or the day before. I'm so bored. So you get a thought and a feeling that you've done this before and you're bored of it. But that is not true. That's what I'm sharing with you. Every moment of your life is brand new. Everything you do, you're doing it for the first time. You've never done it before. It only appears to be that you've done it before. So that's A. B is that how life provides. And majority of people on the planet have a tendency to take this for granted. They have this tendency to think that they're entitled to life to give them things all the time and to take care of them all the time. And when things don't really go our way, we have an attitude as if existence does not know what it's doing. And I know better than life. Life doesn't know what it's doing. Life is wrong because I'm not getting what I want. Things are not exactly going the way I want them to go. So life doesn't know what it's doing. I know better. And I've only been here for a few years on this planet. So this is like, it's really important if every day we refresh ourselves, as if when you have your laptop in front of you and you press the button and you refresh your computer. And if you start having this kind of attitude and start looking at life for the first time, everything in your surrounding, I guarantee you, you're going to find things in your house, in your apartment, in your backyard, in your front yard. You're going to see things you have not seen before. You're going to see different formations of flowers, of the vegetation, of the ants, of the bees. You're going to find things in your home that they're there in front of you and you have never seen them. You're going to find things in your home that are useful, that they're sitting somewhere in a storage that you can really use them and they work for you. You're going to find routines of exercises that it seems like you've done them before, but if you are doing this particular exercise consciously, you realize this is the first time you're doing it. You're going to find people around you that you've known for a number of years, but if you look at them as if it's fresh and it's the first time, instead of your mind goes and projects, you know, my mom is so boring, or my dad always says the same thing, and it's the same old shit repeating itself. But if you look at them from a different angle, as if it's brand new and fresh, then you're going to see that this is not the same person you think you've known. And you hear things you have not heard before, and you learn things, and you see like nothing is old. Everything is brand new for the first time. And also, most importantly, the gratitude, being grateful, not taking things for granted, not taking your health, which is the most important thing in our lives, our health. If you don't have your health, it doesn't matter how much money you have, how much fame you have, it doesn't matter what your position in life is, you cannot enjoy it because you're in this constant battle and constant struggle with your health issues. So nothing becomes fun. If you eat something, you'll say you have digestion problem, and every time you eat something, it makes you bloated and it makes you suffer. It's not fun to eat something. It's not fun to go out with your friends and have a drink. It's not fun to have some watermelon or have some fruits because you're going to get bloated and have indigestion. It's not fun to eat dinner and then have ice cream after that because you're going to have problems. So eating becomes a nightmare. So health, which also something that is worldwide deteriorating because of our environmental toxins, because of the toxicity in the food and the water, and because of our wrong education of eating food with lots of fat and sugar. It's creating a lot of health issues, and we're feeding our children with junk food day and night, and we can see what's going on. Kids at age 22, 23, they're having heart issues, or by age 30, they're having cancer, and they're not healthy. They're sick, they're on medication, they need surgery. So again, what I'm referring to is that being grateful for the fact that today I am able to perform and be active and do the things that I need to do physically, because there is no guarantee that I will be able to do this tomorrow. There's no guarantee into that. So we can look at different aspects of our lives, like even our relationships with our family, our relationships with our friends. Like, let's say you're in a relationship with your partner, or your husband, your wife, your kids, your parents. So, and every time you're looking at them or you're talking to them or you are in this communication, it's good that once in a while we pause and we look at it like, wait a minute, this could be the last time I'm seeing my friend. This could be the last time I'm interacting with my partner, because I have no idea that this person is going to be around tomorrow or not, or I'm going to be around tomorrow or not. This could be the last time I'm going on a drive in the nature. This could be the last time I go on a hike. This could be the last time I'm able to have a nice meal in a restaurant. Again, I'm not saying that we operate from fear. I'm talking about we operate from gratefulness and reminding ourselves, remembering, having this attitude of remembering that we're very wealthy. All these things existence has given us it indicates our wealth. It's being wealthy. It's not being poor. And it's plenty. It's plenty to be grateful of, because we cannot value that until we lose something, and until we don't have a part of it. Or in order to value it, we have to compare it to other people who are less fortunate than we are, people who suffer from health issues or disabilities or severe financial, economically, they're inferior and they're not advantageous in their situation. Or they're, because of their karma, of the life that they're living, and they simply go through a series of different catastrophic events, one after the other. They're not lucky the way we are, or a lot of us are. So we don't know how to measure this. The only way of doing it is in comparison with other people, or unless a moment we lose what we had, and then, you don't think of a headache, but let's say you're waking up every day and you have several hours of headache. And this is going on. Let's say you have migraine headaches for a year or two. And then one day your migraine headache's not there. And so now you are appreciative because you don't have this headache. But when you don't have pain in your body, very quickly you forget what it's like to have pain. So the best way of dealing and understanding life and going forward with this is the realization of the fact that we're very wealthy in so many ways, and to be grateful for everything that we have right now in this moment, and not fall into this place of becoming complacent and complaining about things over and over again. Does anybody have any comments or questions? By the way, we're broadcasting on, for those of you who are viewing this through Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, I'm not able to communicate with you. So on Wednesday's Academy, if you do come on through our website, you sign up on the Zoom application. Here, I can see you, you can see me, and you can ask me your questions and we can talk to each other. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to unmute yourself and we can talk.
No, I have a comment. You told us that every moment is fresh, right? That is
Correct.
a blessing then.
What's
That is a
that?
blessing because you don't need to beat yourself up that you haven't not done anything right or wrong or whatever because everything is fresh.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear the last part of what you said. Just one moment, because again, my speaker, I think, okay.
Yeah, testing, testing.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, it's good. Now, okay, say that
Okay,
again. I'm
great.
sorry, I couldn't hear
No,
it.
yeah, that's okay. You told us that every moment is new, that every moment is fresh, right?
Yes.
So then you have to beat yourself up that you haven't been good enough or done it correctly or whatever because you have a new chance for every moment, so to speak.
Yeah, life always gives you a, a second, third, fourth chance. And the challenges, they keep reappearing in your life. And it's just testing you and showing you and giving you an opportunity to see where you're at.
Yeah, I've noticed that lately actually. It's quite fun when you realize that you don't react in that bad way anymore.
Yeah,
For
until
example,
you lose. The problem is that we fall into our mind, and our mind is never here. So the mind creates this illusion of the continuum, that you are continuing from the past to the present to the future. And that is a story that the mind creates, which there is no such a thing. Every single moment of life is brand new and it's fresh. It's always refreshing itself every moment.
then we don't need to worry about the future then,
Yeah,
or think about the past, right?
yeah, there is no such a thing as future. Future is only a thought which comes from the past. So, for example, we can examine this for ourselves. Can you think of future without using the past?
No, actually, no.
So let's say I want to think about future events, but I'm not using the past. It's impossible, because future is a hypothetical projection of the mind of the past events, and the mind is projecting it into what is called future. But
Yeah,
it cannot do that without using the past thoughts. So in other words, future is the past.
is it that why many people are repeating their patterns all the time?
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends from which angle we're looking at it. Yeah. So yes, a lot of people keep repeating the old patterns over and over again for whatever reason. um, yeah, in so many ways, yes. Can you
Thank you.
contact Ehsan? Tell him I'm in the middle of broadcast, please. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Any other question? Anyone else?
Guru.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
All right. Go ahead.
سلام.
Salam.
من میتونم فارسی صحبت کنم؟
Uh, You can, but then, yeah, you can ask me your question in Farsi, but I answer it in English because this is a English broadcast. This channel is English, but you can ask me in Farsi.
اگه ممکنه توضیح فارسیش هم وقت به من بدی.
Okay, go ahead.
من میخواستم ببینم شما حاله دور منو میتونین ببینین؟
It's not a part of what we're talking today, so I'm afraid I'm not going to answer that question. That's not the topic I'm talking about. I can see the aura of everybody. Yes, I can. So, but that's not what I'm talking about today.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question.
Okay.
So how do we stay in the state of gratitude while practicing non-attachment at the same time?
Well, if you realize that every single moment of your life is brand new. So when you wake up in the morning, for example, you can create a ritual for yourself. So you wake up in the morning and you can have a glass of water in front of you, and you can look at the glass of water and say, existence, Lord God, the Grand Spirit, I'm grateful for being able to pick up this glass of water and drink it, and thank you for, or I am acknowledging that today is the first day of my life and everything is happening for the first time. So I'm going to drink this glass of water as a reminder that it's the first time I'm having a glass of water. So you can create a ritual for yourself that as you wake up in the morning, you are grateful for today, as if it's the first day of your life. But I don't see the significance of what does this have to do with non-attachment. I mean, attachment is basically, where does the attachment happen? It's a product of the mind. It's something the mind creates based on past. It's a routine. So if I recognize the fact that every day, every moment of my life is brand new and fresh, it's happening for the first time. So that doesn't leave any room to be attached to anything. Because you're also, in the meantime, you realize that whatever is here, it could disappear at any moment, which does happen all the time anyway. Is it making any sense, Charlie?
Mm-hmm.
Or not?
No, it makes sense. And you're right, because it's an attachment and there's a memory of the past, and then it's just, but if it's everything is brand new, then that attachment doesn't make sense in the moment.
Yeah, it's always refreshing itself continuously, even though at times it appears, a lot of times, to the ordinary man that has no awareness or consciousness of the moments of life, it does appear that it's repeating itself. But at no point, none of the nature Nothing in existence ever repeats itself. Every single moment of life is brand new. No day is the same. You wake up in the morning, every single morning you wake up and you look at the weather, you look through the window, the cloud formations or the sun or the way the vegetation are or the birds are singing. It's never the same identical as the day before. It always changes. It's always brand new. And what happens that a lot of people, they fall asleep to that. And through that falling asleep, they keep missing moments and the beauty and the miracle of life, which continuously refreshing itself, and they miss it. So 20 years, 30 years, 40 years go by, and they missed it. They missed life. And then a lot of times when we lose the things that are dear to us, or things that were very ordinary, and we lose that, and then we kind of wake up to it, that, oh my God, I used to have this great health, or I had this energy, or my knees were good, or my back was good, and I could go hiking and going exercises, or jump in a car and drive and go dancing or move around. And now I lost that. And then we start to appreciate it, or we start to suffer. We notice it. So what I'm sharing with everybody, why not appreciating it now? Why not paying attention to it? Why not paying attention to our friends, family, beloved, people are special to us wherever we're living? Why don't we look at life, our lives, brand new, from a fresh, as if it's never happened before? No matter how the previous moments were similar to these moments. And then you see the quality of your life changes. You're viewing life differently.
When you don't use your energy to worry about the future, you feel more vibrant, I think, more joyful.
Yeah. The mind goes to the future automatically, and it's a part of its pattern. It goes in the future all the time. But when you're trained, like most of us here that we've been together, is that it's your job to catch it, because it wants to go somewhere. And you catch it, that now you're in the future. And we call it mind fucking, especially, you may think like, okay, I need to go to the store and buy some things, and what is it I need to buy? Okay, I need to buy this, buy that, or certain things you need to buy, you keep forgetting, so you take a note of it, like, I need to buy these things. So every time I go to the store, I keep forgetting what I need. I buy a bunch of things and I don't buy what I want, what I really need. So you make a note of it. So there's nothing wrong with that. But what happens is we go in our head and we start just getting stuck by worry about future, and or whatever is the story. What happened to my partner, and does he love me, or he doesn't love me, or is he seeing another woman, or is she flirting with someone else, or what's going to happen between us, and what's going to happen 10 years from now on? Is he still going to be with me, or is she still going to love me? So you start mind fucking. That's what they call it in the West, mind fucking. And that's where you catch yourself, and you come back. You come back here. You recognize this process of what's going on, and you come back. It's a recognition of it. And you come back here and you check in with yourself, and you realize, like, okay, right now everything is perfectly where it's supposed to be, and I'm fine, actually. There's no problem. And then it may just happen again, and then you come back. It's a training. It takes time to train ourselves and to have this realization, this recognition. And yeah, there are times like it may be difficult to do it on our own, and that's why we go to our teachers. That's why we have access to the Library of Alexandria. If you have a computer, you have a phone, smartphone, or a laptop, you can go on YouTube, and you can listen to many different teachers. I listen to many different people. Many different people, from spiritual teachers to other people who I want to check them out. I was watching Malcolm X last night. I was watching Muhammad Ali, boxer. I was of some of the stuff in 1960s. He was talking about when he refused to go to Vietnam War because of religious reasons, and they don't want to fight. And so I was watching to his speeches, and I learned things from him. I listened to other spiritual teachers. I learned from them. I listened to other people who have accomplished something in their lives, positive or negative, and you learn something from them. You know, many different, you have that in front of you. So in this day and age, we cannot come and say, "Oh, I don't know what to do. There's no help." There is help is here. So, and there's nothing wrong with it. You can just sit down and listen to different people and see what you learn from them, especially if they're accomplished. How did they get there? What was their determination? For example, Nelson Mandela. Everybody, you know Nelson Mandela, right? Yeah. So for 29 years, this guy was in a cell, in a prison. And in that 29 years, he became a master. He mastered his mind because he created a routine for himself. From the time he wakes up to the time he sleeps, he created a routine that he would go through his routine. Otherwise, and every day is fresh, a fresh day for him. Otherwise, you will go crazy. You will commit suicide. So you watch these different people, their videos, their talks, and it's extremely fascinating of how much you learn and the challenges they've gone through in their lives, and how encouraging it is, empowering it is, and how much it makes you appreciate life. So there is help, especially now more than ever, because we have the internet. So let's sit together for a few minutes and we dive into our inner silence. in that few minutes that we're together, we go beyond our minds and we just be quiet, be grateful, and know that, or have this attitude that this is the first time that you are going into silence. This is the first time you're meditating. This is the first time you are in this energy, instead of telling yourself, oh, okay, this is a routine. No, dive into it and drink it, feel it, and just be with it and be grateful for this moment that is fresh. And have this attitude of looking forward to your next moment, looking forward to life. Even though there are challenges continuously appearing in front of us, but being grateful of it. Gratefulness and appreciation. And not being focused on what we don't have and things we don't get. Just bringing our focus and attention on what we have, starting with our health and everything else. Our ability to be able to love, our ability to receive love, being grateful for that. Being grateful that we can meet in this fashion and enjoy these moments at the academy, because this is not going to be here forever either. It's got its time, and one day it will end, and not taking it for granted either. So slowly come back. Just a couple announcements that I'll be heading to Europe. So I'm going to be visiting 3 countries. It's going to be Germany, starting from Germany, and then Norway, and then Poland. In case if anybody's in that area, you want to join me, feel free to do that. I look forward to it. And also I'm having my retreat. It's a shamanic retreat, which is going to be in coming on end of January of 2024. And if you're interested, you're welcome to contact us. My website is zarathustra.tv. And go ahead, reach out and send us an email, info@zarathustra.tv. And I look forward to seeing you and communicating with you. One of our staff will get back to you and will give you information. I do broadcast every Tuesday in Farsi language for the Farsi speaking audience. And then we'll have our academy next Wednesday, same time here. And I'm going to continue doing the academy most probably till the end of this season. I may not be doing it in this format on Wednesdays after I come back from Europe. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but for now, let's enjoy it and be together while we can. Look forward to connecting with you in coming future. Much love and light. Namaste.